Hello there guys, what is going on? SonOfChelsea back here again for my reaction to the Champions League last 16 draw, and inevitably Chelsea are drawn against the toughest team that we could have faced, Atletico Madrid. It was the one draw. I said this last week when I was looking through the teams we could have faced. It was the one team I wanted to avoid, even more than Barcelona, because I think Diego Simeone, Atletico Madrid as a club, as a team, as you've seen over recent years, you don't even have to look back that far. Look back to last season in the last 16 against Liverpool. The way they approach two-legged ties, I think they're one of the best teams suited for it. They've got one of the best coaches for it. The experience over the years of getting through difficult ties against teams you don't expect them to beat is just masterful. It really is. And that's my concern going into this game from a tactical standpoint, because I think Frank Lampard's tactical nous and Chelsea as a team are going to be tested here, really. A lot more differently to last year against a really dominant Bayern Munich side. But at the same time, it's a really difficult draw for Chelsea in terms of the quality of players we're going to be facing, in terms of the quality of coach, in terms of the experience of the team we're facing in a two-legged tie. It doesn't get much better than this, in truth. I think Atletico Madrid just know their way around Champions League knockout ties, and that's a concerning thing. I do have more faith in this Chelsea team this season than I did last year in terms of experience, in terms of the quality of player we have. You know, going into this tie with the likes of Thiago Silva now fills you with a lot more confidence based on his experience in the Champions League over the years, based on the likes, hopefully by the time we play them, they'll be fit. Hopefully a fully fit squad with the likes of Hakim Ziyech, Timo Werner. Hopefully the likes of Kai Havertz will feel a lot more confident and be in better form by then. A lot can change between now and February when we play the first leg of this tie. So whenever this draw is made, you're never quite sure where you're going to be by the time we get to that tie, whether you're in a good place or a bad place. Hopefully Chelsea will be in a pretty strong place, and you never know. Atletico have started the season really well, but they could have a drop in form. But I still think, in terms of the edge, in terms of that craft and guile and sort of nous to get through these ties, I think that, you've got to give the edge to Atletico Madrid based on their experience. They really are a difficult side to come up against. Historically, of course, we faced Atletico, I think, twice before in the Champions League, at least in recent times. The semi-final in 13-14 with Jose Mourinho. Atletico getting the better of us then. Diego Costa, of course, scoring. Then in, 16-17 under Antonio Conte in the group stage. We beat them at one of their first games at their new stadium, 2-1. Morata scoring that night, that late Batshuayi winner, one of Batshuayi's famous Chelsea goals. But then I think the second leg, Torres scored against us, and I think that's what inevitably led us to finish second in that group. So it's been a tricky tie for Chelsea when we faced Atletico. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one lines up in terms of the coaches, in terms of the teams. Naturally, the narrative will look towards Diego Costa, as I'm sure it would. Diego coming up against Chelsea for the first time, I believe, since he's left. We haven't faced Atletico since he's left Chelsea, or at least he left Chelsea but didn't play in either of the games against us in 17-18, sorry. So that's going to be interesting whether he actually features on the pitch, because the likes of Joao Felix, Luis Suarez, I don't think Diego is as much of a key player for them anymore. I mean, if we would have faced them last year, Alvaro Morata could have shown up as well, but now he's at Juventus again. So it's going to be tough, it really is. But I feel this is a big point for Chelsea and for Lampard's Chelsea to prove themselves over two legs against a really competent and good side, a good quality Champions League side. I think it would do the world of good for Chelsea if we get through this tie. I think if we were to beat Atletico over two legs and we're at our best and Lampard gets one over Simeone, I think it's a massive landmark for Chelsea. As I said, I think getting through the round of 16 into the quarterfinal for me would show progress from last season. The unfortunate thing is Chelsea's luck in Champions League draws just isn't very good. I mean, even when we finished top of the group, we still managed to draw a really difficult side. For contrast, if Chelsea would have finished second in this group, we would have got Borussia Dortmund instead. So it wouldn't have got much easier, to be honest, even though they've just had a Tonkin at the weekend. Dortmund are another team that have some really good players. So Champions League, it's the elite of the elite in European football, and I think that there's that cliche of you're going to face these teams eventually, get out of the way soon. And I think that if we do beat Atletico over two legs, I think that's a massive statement for Chelsea, really. So what are you going to do? We're facing Atletico. We're in the Champions League for this reason, to face the biggest teams, to face the biggest challenges. This is where Frank Lampard's squad is going to be tested. Hopefully, by the time we get there in the new year, Chelsea will be in a really good shape, and we hopefully pick up form again, based on excluding the Everton game, Chelsea have impressed and improved in recent months defensively and offensively. So we hope by the time we get to that game in February, we're in a really good form shape. The players are in form, so we can go into that game motivated. And the fact is, it's away from home first. So I think that gives Chelsea that slight edge. If we do go away to the Wanda Metropolitano, get an away goal, it puts us in a really good position going into the second leg at the Bridge. Let me know your opinions on this. Yes, we could have got Gladbach, which of course Man City got. Man City seem to always get easy draws in the Champions League, at least in the early rounds. Porto, who did they get? Juventus. Bayern got Lazio, typical. All those teams I think Chelsea would have wanted. Atalanta getting Real Madrid, Real Madrid sneaking through at the last minute. It's tough, it really is, but unfortunately that's the way it is. We've got to deal with it, we've got to confront it, and hopefully Chelsea do the business come February and March. Let me know your opinions on the draw. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you did enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter at SonOfChelsea. Have a great day, and I'll see you again